man, you've infused with godlike power.
Who indeed?
Sir, his name's Hal Stewart.
Disappointment.
He's 20 years old, no criminal record. Actually, no records at all. Apparently, this man hasn't accomplished anything.
The archetype of the nice guy is often associated with mediocrity. Once again, we don't know his childhood, but we can presume it was better than Megamind's and worse than Metromind's. Yet he has accomplished nothing. In the case of many nice guys, their childhoods have been pretty mediocre. Nothing necessarily notable happened, and that makes them adopt this very passive attitude, which is why they avoid taking initiative, why they rely on others to give them validation rather than build a sense of self-worth, and why ultimately he finds himself stagnating in life.
Not
Dude. The archetype of the bad boy is very similar to the nice guy one. In a way, Megamind kind of sees himself in Hal. Megamind only needed to be given one chance to prove he's not evil. And because he never got that chance, he fully embraced the villain role that society imposed on him. So he thinks Hal's in the same situation. He thinks that this role of mediocre dude was given to him by society too, but this is where their similarities end. Hal's role of nice guy wasn't given to him by society. He grew up with opportunities Megamind could only dream of, meaning that the role he has wasn't imposed on him, rather was self-attributed. What Megamind doesn't realize is that Hal had already had a chance. First of all, he didn't grow up in a prison. Let's start there. Second, he doesn't look like a blue alien with a gigantic head. And third, he seems to be ingrained in society already. He has a home, a job, hobbies. Now, if you think you're a nice guy or have the traits of one, here's my advice. Take control of your life and stop waiting around for chances to be given to you. You need to create your own opportunities because nothing is given for free in this world, only what you give yourself.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
So I will just go ahead and defuse him since this is clearly a mistake.
No, Minion!
Clearly, dude.
Something much more powerful at work here. This is no mistake.
Stop it with the destiny! It goes back to this unhealthy belief that being a hero or a villain is predetermined. Therefore, he sees this as fate finally giving Hal a chance. Minion, instead, representing his moral compass, knows intuitively that Hal is the wrong choice, but this is supposed to show how beliefs are stronger than morality or any other trait for that matter. Our beliefs are what guide every action we take or that we don't take. That's why it's very important to ask your therapist or mental health professional, what's your process when guiding clients into changing their beliefs?
Hal Stewart! Prepare for your destiny!
Is this a robbery? Because the lady across the hall has way better stuff than me.
Dude, can you
Look,
stop disappointing
it's
me?
Hal Stewart. Ah!
Oops. All out.
Well, use the forget-me-stick.
Oh, right.
Even the comment he makes shows how mediocre he is. He immediately positions himself as less valuable. We're not even going to talk about the cowardice he shows. I mean, could be very well deflection as a defense mechanism, that's fine. But the worst thing about this line is that it shows once again how passive he is. If the roles were reversed, Megamind would fight for his life. Maybe in a way that would reveal to be completely useless and hilarious, but still, at least we'd have a good laugh. Hal doesn't do anything and doesn't think of doing anything either. No risk-taking, no initiative. He again does what he does best. He waits and he hopes.
It's working! Places! Places! Places!
Gotta love the excitement though.
Rise, my glorious creation.
I am your father.
Oh. Megamind becoming a paternal figure for Hal represents what is called the helper therapy principle, which suggests that individuals who help others can learn themselves while teaching or helping someone else. Megamind is training Hal to become a superhero, which is what helps him reinforce his own ideas about heroism, but also forces him to adopt a nurturing, responsible attitude. I find this a symbol of growth. We're in the middle of Megamind's transition from a self-centered villain, as he considers himself, to a responsible and nurturing individual.
I'm your space stepmom. I had some work done recently.
Some?
We've come to guide you on your path to be Metrocity's new hero and battle the super genius of Megamind.
Look how he looks at Roxanne. Oh god. Hal, like many mediocre nice guys, thinks that the only thing he needs is a chance. But he's also convinced he doesn't receive one because he's not conventionally attractive or rich or popular. Nice guys very often make being nice their entire personality and often are upset at the fact that being nice is not rewarded, which is what makes them frustrated in the long run. Listen guys, being nice is not rewarded simply because it's basic human decency. It's like expecting a reward for washing your hands. You're just supposed to do that, okay? If you feel this way, try to do things without the expectation of a reward and notice how you might not have the same behavior if you don't anticipate the reward.
No freaking way!
He's been waiting for this all his life. Don't worry about it. Waiting being the word. Just because you have powers doesn't mean you're a hero! Unlike Megamind or Metroman, Hal received powers and has guidance, which is a huge privilege, but every privilege has its shadow. Metroman was raised in a highly neglectful environment with high pressure for performance, while Megamind was raised in a toxic environment with high pressure from all of the judgment. But Hal experiences no pressure. Nobody has expectations out of him, which is a contributing factor to his passive attitude. Hal has never experienced the kind of pressure that forces personal growth and the development of grit. As Minion said, he seems to have accomplished nothing in his life, meaning he had no challenges, which meant he also never really developed a sense of accountability. Since he had to fight for nothing, he has a very superficial understanding of effort and achievement, and that's why the best thing a nice guy can do to change is to start working on their rejection sensitivity. Once again, that's another reason why girls go for the bad boys. Grit is extremely attractive.
Action! Now you say something cool back in there.
Look, it doesn't even hurt. Don't even feel it.
Like Metro Man!
Just like Metro Man. This is going to be relevant later.
It's hopeless.
Hopeless! Maybe we should change tactics.
You think so?
Megamind is stepping more and more into the parent archetype, helped by his moral compass, of course, and this is crucial because in order to master yourself, you need to learn how to embody these different archetypes and know how to transition from one to the other. This is called adaptive role switching.
Oh, you know how boys are. They love video games.
Boys will be boys.
A few parts together.
Wait. LOL. Smiley face.
Such a funny story. And brilliantly told, by the way. Okay, now you tell one.
Dad, I never knew you were so funny.
And I never heard you laugh before.
Yeah, it's been a while. Feels pretty good.
I think embodying the parental archetype is easier to Megamind than embodying the archetype of the seeker, which is why I think he's able to master one on his own, guided by his moral compass, while for the other he needs a guide, Roxanne. He's pursuing knowledge and truth, which is why we see him in a library and why we see him being himself and complimenting himself. This is his true personality and Roxanne loves it. The only problem is that he's embodying the seeker archetype by lying. And I think this is meant to show his internal conflict over what his identity should be like. Guys! Megamind unmasked. Because even when he's wearing a mask, this is still his truest self. By the way, it's so funny how Metroman is dead, yet we keep seeing him everywhere. This is meant to symbolize the obsession of society and the fact that even in his death, he's not allowed to rest. The pressure must have been crushing.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.